Hello gamers. Gonna be doing like a kind of discussion video. I don't know, just me rambling really. So if you don't really like like listening to me talk about kind of just random shit, not random shit, but I'm talking about fingertip grip mice, and this might be boring to you. I don't know. Anyways, in this video I kind of just wanted to talk about fingertip grip mice and how I've been in search for the best fingertip grip mouse. I don't remember what mouse I started with, but at a certain point I found myself switching to fingertip grip by adaptation. It wasn't really by it wasn't by choice, that's for sure. But I started with palm grip at first with my first like mice, obviously, like everyone does, and then I remember doing claw at one point, and then I switched to fingertip, and I just haven't gone back. I can't. It feels wrong to force myself into a claw. Like even with a good mouse that's for claw, like the Skyrocks, it just doesn't feel right to me anymore. Palm is obviously just, you know, palm, but it doesn't really feel great to me either. So ever since I switched to fingertip grip, I've been in search for the best fingertip grip mouse. Because I think, okay, you know, I think I switched to it on my GPX. I do remember on my GPX, and I remember having like not that great finger mobility, which is like let's say, you know what, the closest shape to the GPX I have right now is probably the Uhuru gaming mouse. So it was like it's like this, and then I realized like I would try doing some like either shots, flicking, or whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'd feel like I'd being restricted because my fingers couldn't move. Like I couldn't do too much finger movement around. I don't know. So that was about time I was like, well, I know the GPX is good, but I was like, maybe there's a better mouse for me that would be better for this. I don't remember what I switched to after the GPX. I think, actually, I'm surprised how I really don't know. I feel like after the GPX, it might have been the Beast X Mini. It might have been. I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I think it was another top competitor. I think I tried a different one. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah. So this video is going to be discussing about what makes like a good fingertip grip mouse. You know, I've really been trying to search for the best mouse fingertip grip I can, and I really tried. I unfortunately have not gotten to try too many fingertip grip mice, like literally tiny mice. The only ones I've tried, I think I've tried the Keychron M3, was it? I don't know, the tiny one. And I didn't really like it because the side, it had some weird curvature to it. It just felt wrong to me. So unfortunately, I have not tried that many mice that were like that. And well, I'm somewhat obsessed, not obsessed, but I would really prefer lighter weights, because for me, I know it's not, some people don't care about weights, but for me, it is something I notice because, well, I'm a fingertip grip player. So the less weight, you know, well, a few things. Less weight is more easy for me to move my fingers. Secondly, it's just kind of science when you do inertia. You know, when you're doing like a flick or something, you're pulling, you know, having a heavy mouse is going to have more inertia and therefore more harder to stop, you know. So it's just kind of my play style too. So I kind of recognize that I want the lightest mice. So yeah. So some of the top candidates I believe that I haven't gotten to try yet are the HSK Pro Ace from G-Wolves. And I'll be honest, one big reason why I haven't bought from them is because I don't know if I can trust them. You know, I've heard their customer support was kind of spotty. So I've been hesitating on that, but I really want to try that mouse, to be honest. It does seem like a top option for me. But for now, I just haven't pulled the trigger because I'm worried, you know, what if it has an issue, then it's like a huge expensive mouse, or not huge, it's expensive mouse, you know, it's actually quite tiny. But yeah. So let's talk about the mice I've been using. Well, I've been using one mouse, and if you've been a viewer of mine at all, you would know which mouse that is. But let's go through some of like, actually, I was going to say some of the mouse I've been really going through, but to be honest, I think the era goes something like this. It just goes mostly into something like this, vaguely like that, something like that. So, and I don't know. I don't think I have all my mice that I use. Like, I don't feel like I mained any of these mice for a long time, except the Viper. The Viper Ultimate I did main a lot. It's very used. I have 2 copies, and they both look like this. So yes, they are very used. But I never really used the Death Adder V3 that much. Never really used this very much, obviously. Have not used this very much. Same thing with the Uhuru, same thing with the Skyrocks, same thing with the Infit game mouse. So I don't know, maybe I sold it. I don't remember. I really don't remember. My memory's terrible. Anyways, what makes a good fingertip grip mouse? Well, that's so subjective, and that's still something I'm trying to find, because I've been theory crafting, you know, ever since I tried starting fingertip, and I've kind of like saying what's best. And well, my first conclusions were lightweight is obviously super nice, but also the smaller the better, I guess. That was my first initial conclusion, because, you know, theoretically the best fingertip grip is something like this, where you're not using any force or anything, and it just sees through the fingers, so you can just move fingers wherever you want, right? So the closer you could get to something like this would probably be best. I don't know, that was my first that was kind of my first conclusion, kind of guess, so take that for a grain of salt. But yeah, after trying so many mice for so long, I've tried fingertip gripping on so many other mice, and right now my top mouse is going to be the B6 Mini. If what's it called? If you watch my videos for any amount of time, you would know that the B6 Mini is my most used mouse. And you can see how like well used it is. It's even like right here has some like the scraping off of it. I don't know. It's just very well used. Maybe it's not that easy to tell, but I'll tell you one thing: this thing has gone through a lot, and it's probably my most used mouse of all time. Like probably, unless like I have an older mouse that like technically was longer. You know what I mean? My best mouse so far. And so I've been trying other mouse still. Like example for the G-Wolves, the HTS2. I got this off secondhand, so I didn't buy this off G-Wolves myself, which is why I'm okay with having it, because it was cheap and I bought it secondhand. But like theoretically, this might be the new fingertip grip king, you know, because it was about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller, had different curvature though. A different curvature, higher button height, which is good for me because I considered that my thumb placement needed some space, and thankfully the B6 Mini has some flat buttons, but with a lot of mice, that's not really a thing. Where the buttons are a little bit too high, or like right here, this is where I'd want a fingertip grip, and I couldn't push in. And at least with this one, it felt higher. So I don't know. This was a top option, and I wanted to like it because, you know, I spent money on it. I bought it used, and like I don't know. I wanted some novelty, wanted some change from my B6 Mini. So yeah, I tried it, and to be honest, I didn't really like it. Not nearly as much, and I had to kind of theory craft why. You know, like why was that a thing? I don't know. One thing I really hoped was not a thing I enjoyed was grip tape, because as much as I only use grip tape on this mouse because I have to, but maybe I actually do like it, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to I don't like rely on grip tape because it feels like, I don't know, it just feels wrong. I think a mouse looks so much cleaner, it looks better when I don't have to use it. For the B6 Mini, I have to use it, so it's fine. But I wonder if I had put grip tape on this, if I would like this more, if that makes sense. Because the truth is, grip tape does have its practical use. It does literally have you have a better grip. And when you do a fingertip grip mouse, when you do fingertip grip like this, where it's like moving really fast, you're doing, you know, you're barely even touching the mouse with your fingertips, all the grip you can get is best. You know, ideally you're not slipping the mouse all everywhere. And yeah, so I really hope it's not that. I don't think it was, but it was besides that, it was in search for the perfect shape. So theoretically, what is the best fingertip grip mouse? Well, I guess you would think it's something with maybe the most mobility. That is, you're able to do this easily as much as possible, whatever you want to do, right? I don't know. You would even think maybe something like an ergo mouse would be decent, just because if you think about it, it's like, oh, it's your natural hand position. It's like you put your hand down and then you move your fingertips. You know what I mean? It is not that way in practice, but it is something interesting, I think, to think about. And it's like, it makes somewhat sense, you know. I don't know. But yeah, tried many mouse, and some things I've found I didn't like with fingertip grip mice, or some mice, were that a taper in the back. I'm not sure if it's called a taper, but like this kind of like straight. You'll see what I mean here. So like example, the Skyrocks, you can see how it goes. It has like a round back right here, and it goes like more back out. That's kind of what I mean. That just didn't flow with me, didn't work with me, because I think when I move my mouse, one common maneuver I do is something like this, where I'd go like left, but like I don't want to move my mouse vertically left like that, but I'd do this, and I'd have my thumb like this, and I'd do this. So I'd do something like that. And I can't do that with something like the Skyrocks. I mean, I can, but it was just felt wrong. Because like this, I just can't, like I lose grip of it immediately. With something like the B6 Mini, it like you can see how like I can keep moving it this much, but with the Skyrocks, it just like I can't do it that much. Because it just, I don't know. Basically, bad bad hump thing, cornered, whatever, you know, kind of bad. And unfortunately, it was the same thing with the HTS2. Was that it had a little bit of that as well, where it's like I can feel this like a bump right here, like a little bit of a huge taper. While the Beast X is curved, but I don't know, less of a back hump, like back, you know, oval shape. And so I don't know. Beast X Mini has stayed king, even though I've tried so many times to try other mice. Yeah. So my guess as to what makes a great fingertip mice are small, lightweight as much as possible. But other than that, I actually don't know if like flat sides are best. Like I really don't know, because I used to think, oh, clearly, I used to think, oh, why would it be flat? Or I don't know. I just did not know. And I at one point thought maybe flat fingertip grip, flat is the right type to go. So I actually did order a Pulsar Crazy Light. Don't know how I feel about it, because it's the same shape as basically my X2A Mini, and I really hope I like it. But you know, I don't know, man. I don't know, maybe whatever. But because it has a lot more flat sides, so theoretically, this is a lot of people seem to like flat sides for fingertip grip. But I don't know. I don't know if that's how it's gonna feel with me. You know, I just don't know, because I don't have a mouse comparable. I only have. Well, this mouse doesn't have a battery anymore, so I actually have to keep it plugged in, so it's a little different. And then it's also heavier, so like it's really never a fair to fair comparison, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's yeah. And if it wasn't obvious, this thing is fucking massive. Not really for fingertip grip. I mean, you can technically use any mouse from fingertip grip. I found that no matter what mouse I use, I always resort to fingertip grip if I'm trying to have accurate, or like I'm playing a game, because like it's just, no matter what, it feels better to me. I can't force myself into a palm grip or a claw grip if I'm actually trying. If I try, I do fingertip. It just happens, because I don't know, maybe the way I play now relies on it. But yeah. I've only been stuck on the Beast X Mini, and I don't know what makes a good fingertip grip mouse, to be honest. Like, what makes a good fingertip mouse? I mean, I have an idea, but you know, ultimately, I don't know for sure. That's why I need to try other mice. That's why I tried the HDS2, because like I wasn't sure. And well, I'm getting some pointers. I think I had a mouse, I forget what it was, that had flat sides and that was super lightweight, and I just didn't like it. I don't remember, but basically, I was pretty confused. so this is in search of the perfect fingertip grip mouse. Is this kind of stupid? Yeah, but I don't know. Just my thing, just a hobby, you know, I like doing. So you might think it's dumb. Probably not. If you've been watching this far, you've probably a nerd just like me, so I guess you wouldn't think so. But I'm sure many people would, you know, think this is stupid. But yeah, I think that's gonna become my end of the video for what's it called, fingertip grip mice, because I don't have much to say. I've been with this V6 Mini for too long now. It's not bad, and it's not like I need to replace it. In fact, economically, I should just stick with it. You know what I mean? But like, you know, the hobbyist inside me, the person wants me like the consumer in me, I guess, wants something, you know, brand new and shiny. I try not to fall into that trap. But ultimately, we like novelty. You know what I mean? And also, I feel like, you know, this is a good mouse, but I don't think it's the best, if that makes sense. Like for fingertip grip, like I feel like there probably could be better. But so far, nothing has been the B6 Mini for me. And who knows, maybe at a certain point, it's just because I've used it so much that I've gotten so used to it. I really don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll actually try another fingertip grip mouse. I think Dharma Shark has a mouse fingertip that's like HSK size, but weighs a little bit more. Weighs about the same amount, if not more, than the Beast X Mini, which is one reason why I hesitate to buy it. Because like, if it's gonna be smaller, like come on, it has to at least be like lighter too. You know, what's the point? Like, I don't know. It just bothered me. Something irked me about that. Okay, well, that's gonna be my video for now. Let me know what you think, because perfect shape, hard to find. Everyone has their own playstyle. Everyone has their own style of hand. Everyone has their own hands. Everyone has their own different playstyle, in-game style. What's it called? Different dexterity, all that stuff. So, yeah. If you liked this kind of discussion video, or you want to see anything like this more, like reviews, anything like that, feel free to like and sub. But that's totally up to you whether you do or not. Other than that, I think that's going to be my video. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. But that's going to be it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.